So, crypto holders, I have good news and I have bad news. Now, the bad news is that the crypto market is currently in a trap and a lot of people are about to get wrecked. The good news is, hopefully, it's not going to be us because I'm going to lay out exactly what this trap is and how you can avoid it. Now, what we're going to be focusing in on today is what is happening over on Bitcoin. And if you just kind of just take a second to just look at Bitcoin's chart, you can start to notice some of the things that I'm going to talk about: the big pump, the slowdown, the consolidation. There's a lot happening right here, even though not a lot is happening right here. In this very move that we're seeing from Bitcoin, this very little curve, just like this, I believe is a trap. And again, I want to explain to you exactly how this trap works and why you need to avoid it. Now, this trap is something that I call the impatience trap. And I've seen it year after year after year. We see it time and time and time again, in which crypto investors enter into a moment like this, where the crypto market is going a little bit sideways into this consolidation, and people get impatient. And through the impatience that happens in this exact move, so many people are about to get liquidated. It is going to be disgusting. So let me just break down to you exactly how this trap works, why it happens, and then, of course, what we can be doing to avoid it and all that good stuff. So let's just jump in, okay? So, guys, if you do want this little cheat sheet that I have to impatience traps, check out the link in the description down below. It's available for you to download. It works really well, especially during the market like this. So the impatience trap, and what is it? So the impatience trap is a trap that is laid out by the market and attempts to force traders to become impatient. Remember, I tell you this all the time. Impatience is the biggest threat to crypto traders that there is, period. The moment you become impatient is the moment you become emotional. And the moment that you inject emotions into your trades is the moment that you lose. And this is exactly what the market is trying to get out of you right now. Here's how it happens. So the first thing that happens in the impatience trap is that crypto breaks out, leading to a ton of volatility. So if we look at something like Bitcoin, for example, you can see this. Bitcoin was in this downtrend. Things were ugly. Right before, next thing you know, Bitcoin breaks out. The market starts shifting upwards. A ton of volatility is introduced. The second thing that happens is that hodlers begin taking profit as FOMO investors start high leverage trading, forcing the market into consolidation. What I mean by that is, as we are starting to break, upwards, we're going to see the hodlers, and funnily enough, people like you and I who took a ton of profits on this thing as we started going up, we're going to be getting out a little bit. We're going to be doing some selling. But while we're selling, we're starting to see the short-term FOMO investors, people who are just chasing the hype, they're going to start opening up leverage trades. They're going to start buying. They're going to start hoping that the market will continue upwards. And this mixture of us selling and the short-term investors buying in causes the market to start to slow down, or in other words, consolidate. Now, when this consolidation happens, this is what starts to get really risky. Okay. This consolidation leads investors to become impatient and nervous, because a lot of these traders who started buying in right here, opening up leverage long trades right here, guys, the moment that we start going sideways for 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, they're opening their phone every single day, going look to see, has it finally moved? Has it finally moved? Why am I only up 1%? Why am I only up 8%? Why am I down 6%? I've been down 6% for 6 days, right? And they start to get impatient. They start to get nervous because they chase that hype, they chase that pump, but now it's starting to slow down. And that's when they start to worry, like, damn, did I buy at the top? Are we about to dump? What's going to happen? And that's when things start to get really nervous wracking here for the crypto market. Now, again, these emotions that they're feeling lead them to start making emotional decisions. And oftentimes that's reflected by them doubling down, which I know is a crazy thing to say, but it is the truth. People get emotional, they get impatient, they don't know whether they made the right move or not. So next thing you know, they're either closing down trades or they're opening up leverage trades, 100x, 300x, 500x, these gigantic trades, because those nerves are causing them to start emotionally reacting to this market. And that's when the trap really goes into effect, because that's what this market wants, right? These lizard people who are controlling everything is a joke, right? They're looking for you to start start doing these emotional things, because the more emotional you become, the easier you are to manipulate. A person who is unemotional is unmanipulatable. It's almost impossible, because they just don't care as to what you're doing. Manipulation is, in general, an emotional thing. And so they're looking for you to become emotional in order to trap you. And obviously, that's what starts to happen here. Now, if we head over to something like coinglass.com, you can start to see that playing out. For example, if we head over to the liquidation map, and we're going to head over to the 1 day, look at this. When we look at the liquidations just to the downside, we are currently seeing $1.72 billion in liquidations if Bitcoin just goes to $91,000. So these are a bunch of traders, a bunch of investors who are betting that Bitcoin's about to absolutely just go straight upwards. And if it falls, they get liquidated. Then on the flip side of that, there's over $2 billion worth of liquidations that'll happen if Bitcoin goes to $97,000, meaning that all these people are starting to bet that the market's actually going to fall. Maybe they see Bitcoin slowing down here and they're so confident, they're so sure that Bitcoin's going to crash. So they're betting like crazy that it's going to go down. And if it goes up, they get liquidated, right? And it creates this balance in which there are billions of dollars in liquidations to the downside, billions of dollars in liquidations to the upside. And this is when we start getting preyed upon by the lizard people. What you can see here is that step number 5 is that once these people start making these emotional decisions, the whales continue to stall the market out to continue to build up these liquidations, to get as many liquidations as humanly possible. And then the very last step is that they then step in and start hunting down those liquidations. And oftentimes what that looks like is the market starting to really rip in both directions. Maybe you see one more rip to the upside, then a drop to the downside, or maybe the opposite. Maybe you drop to the downside, immediately recover back to the upside, and all you see is just liquidations on both sides. People to the upside getting smashed, people to the downside getting smashed. Everybody buying in on these high leverage longs or shorts just getting destroyed in the process. And I do believe that that is what is going to happen sometime soon. I think we are seeing a textbook impatience trap right now, because now that you understand the steps, let me just draw it out for you and show you what it looks like in real time. We saw the breakout. Everybody started going insane, getting super excited that Bitcoin was going to go to $100,000. While everyone's buying in and opening up these huge leverage trades expecting that to happen, people like you and me, we're taking profits right here because we were buying on the red days. We're not buying on the green days. And as we're taking profits and these short-term investors are stepping in, the market starts to consolidate, then being further consolidated by the lizard people playing their lizard games. Now, from there, as we are going sideways, people are starting to get emotional. They're getting impatient. They're opening up these huge leverage trades with liquidations on both sides. And it's under my belief that we are then going to see some sort of huge, massive volatility, either to the downside, then to the upside, then to the upside, to the downside. I'm not trying to guess where this is going to go. I'm trying to warn you of what's on the way. And that is going to lead a lot of people to get liquidated. The whole point of today's video isn't to say we're going to go up or we're going to go down. No, it's to say that the volatility is inbound. And if you are someone who is a huge leverage long trade or a huge leverage short trade open, just understand you're taking a gigantic risk right now, because those sorts of trades and periods of consolidation are the perfect things that can get liquidated. And that's what I expect to happen next. I think we're going to see heavy liquidation sometime soon. And as a result of that, obviously, I'm not opening up any huge leverage trades right now. And I don't think that it's a great idea. As you all know, if we go look at my buy sell sheet here, I took a good bit of profits over the last 4 to 5 or 6 days or so, roughly. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm just going to continue to let this market play out while it does kind of go sideways and while it does go, into this consolidationary channel, because whenever these liquidations start, they're going to be violent. Okay. And so that's where we are. I need you all to be very careful. And again, do not forget that if you want to get access to this little cheat sheet, it is linked down for you below. But in general, going forward out of here, there's 3 things that you can do in order to spot these impatience traps without needing me to tell you that it's happening. Look for a breakout that leads to sideways chop. Look for volume to drop off. So go over to your chart, just like this. Go over to the volume tool and turn this on. And you're going to see that that volume is dropping off as we're going sideways. And then the last thing you're looking for is that you want to look for those liquidations to ramp up on both sides, exactly like this. The moment that you see all 3 of these things happening at once, you're in an impatience trap. And what you want to avoid doing in an impatience trap is zooming into the short-term structure, because that's just going to make you emotional, chasing the pump or dump after a breakout, that's just you being emotional, and avoid high leverage during consolidation periods like this. Because again, consolidation periods are the best time for these lizard people to cause these liquidations, okay? And so that's what you can go ahead and do if you want to be able to avoid this thing and to spot this thing. And we go over stuff like this every single day, not only just here on the channel, guys, but we also talk about it over in the school if that's interesting to you. What we do over in the school is very simple. We take crypto investors like yourselves and we give you tools just like this guy, just like this video, every single day in order to navigate this market and create real strategies, because a strategy is what creates a winning investor. Guys, it's not the other way around. And that's something a lot of people get wrong. And I define a winning investor as someone who's confident and someone who's consistent. And if you feel like you lack either of those things, head to the link down below. Go check it out. And the best part is that if you don't see growth within the first few hours, I'll just give you your money back. Let's make a deal on it. And so with that in mind, check that out. In addition to all of these things, all these tools, strategies, workshops, live streams, classes, and whatever, you're also going to get to see all of the things that I'm buying, I'm selling, I'm trading, and much more. So all that's available there. Feel free to go check that out. And if you are trading, as I mentioned before, head to the link down below and go check out bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. And obviously, shout out to BTCC for making this trip to Dubai possible for Token 2049. But the biggest thing here, guys, is I really want you to avoid what we're seeing right now. Avoid it like the plague, because I do believe it's going to get ugly and things are going to get crazy, and I don't want you to get trapped in it. And so I'll keep you all updated as this all does play out, but make sure that you just stay on your toes and you are understanding that this is a risky, sensitive market right now. You don't want to get trapped in. So, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.